Breaking. Grab your wigs, your receipts, and maybe even a lawyer, because what just dropped on the internet is enough to make Mona Scott Young cancel an entire franchise overnight. Mendeecees reportedly behind bars. Again. And this time, it ain't no storyline stunt. We're talking cold steel, real cuffs, and charges that read like the script to Power Meets American Greed. And just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, guess who came stomping through the chaos in heels sharper than her tongue? Erica, Mena, and Baby. She didn't just throw shade, she unleashed a monsoon, dragging Yandy Smith harder than a reunion chair toss. But wait, because Tasha K. Oh, she said hold my wine glass, and dropped receipts so scorching, they've got the internet in full meltdown mode. Allegations, burner phones, ghost deals, federal agents, spiritual retreats that look more like cover-ups, and a mugshot moment that's got the streets buzzin' louder than a Blueface afterparty. Y'all ready for this? Because what we're about to expose ain't just a scandal, it's a soap opera, a courtroom thriller, and a reality TV implosion all rolled into one. Stay close, because this tea isn't just hot, it's subpoena. Nuclear Mendeecees Harris, the man once praised as a redeemed king fresh out of prison, is now making headlines that sound less like a comeback and more like a collapse. Word on the curb is he's been picked up by federal agents, and not quietly either. Eyewitnesses claim he was hauled out of a luxury New York hotel wearing designer from head to toe. Only this time, the accessory of the day was a pair of federal-issued handcuffs, and who was there to witness the mess? Allegedly, Yandy Smith herself, crying in the hotel lobby, pacing on the phone and whispering, "Not here, not like this," as if location ever softened a take. The arrest isn't over a traffic violation or missed court date. No, baby, this is deeper than anyone expected. We're talking about a twisted web of fraud, shell companies, burner phones, shady nonprofit money, and even youth charity events that may have been nothing more than glitter-covered scams. Mendeecees wasn't just living to lives, he was allegedly building an underground empire with fake LLCs, suspicious business accounts, and money that moved faster than his publicist's damage control. And the tea didn't come from TMZ. No, it came from the mouth of chaos herself, Tasha K., who popped into a live stream holding documents that looked like they'd been pulled out of a vault. She claimed to have receipts, voice notes, leaked wire transfers, and even a blurry photo of a suitcase full of cash allegedly exchanged during a supposed spiritual retreat that now looks more like a money laundering strategy session. And, while the feds were building their case, guess who was building her moment? Erica Mena. After years of friction with both Yandy and Mendeecees, she lit up the internet with a venomous IG live that turned petty into prophecy. Eyes glistening, voice shaking, she dragged Yandy through every layer of dirt, accusing her of propping up a criminal while pretending to be a business boss. She said, "Some of us grow from our mistakes. Some of us just cover theirs up with filters and fake tears. I feel bad for the kids, because they're gonna Google their parents one day and find mugshots instead of memories." The internet caught fire. Comment sections blew up. People who hadn't watched Love and Hip Hop in years suddenly had popcorn in one hand and screen recordings in the other. But Erica wasn't finished. She reposted Tasha K's so-called leaked audio, yes, the one allegedly featuring Mendeecees, saying, "If they catch me with this weight, I'm doing a dime." But Yandy gone, hold it down. And baby, when he said dime, he didn't mean $10. He meant 10 years. This wasn't gossip anymore. This was turning into a televised felony saga. Now let's be real. Mendeecees has never had a past. He served time before on drug trafficking charges, and was once the poster child for second chances on VH1. He came home to balloons, welcome signs, and a wife ready to rebrand him as a man of God, community service, and youth mentorship, but the whispers never really stopped. Quiet chatter about strange business deals, questionable partnerships, and lifestyle choices that didn't quite match the VH1 paycheck. How does a man go from federal prison to pushing Maybachs and Rolexes with no clear source of income? A former assistant on a Love and Hip Hop shoot anonymously spilled that producers were warned not to ask too many questions about his business ventures. He kept saying everything was legal, but no one ever saw any paperwork, the insider claimed. Meanwhile, Yandy Smith kept posting about her empire. But sources say that empire was more like a house of cards waiting for a federal gust of wind. Anonymous reports allege that her businesses were being used as a front to move money between offshore accounts, and that she even hired family members to keep the paper trail confused. And let's talk about that mysterious spiritual retreat Mendeecees claimed to attend just months ago. One source says it wasn't about healing, it was about crisis management. A secretive gathering organized by a PR fixer known for scrubbing celebrity messes off the internet. Mendeecees was allegedly coached on how to handle press, plant distractions, and pivot the narrative. Too bad the feds were allegedly watching the whole time. Agents reportedly had eyes on him during red carpet events, during motivational speeches, and even at charity drives. One anonymous Reddit user claims they saw Mendeecees being followed by two plainclothed men while filming at a youth center. The irony. He was talking to teens about staying away from crime. Behind the scenes, they say he was allegedly managing encrypted phone lines and ghost payments from unknown donors. Tasha K, of course, took this story and ran with it like it owed her child support. On a live stream viewed by over 300,000 people in under 24 hours. She detailed every alleged shady transaction, every suspicious brand partnership, and even posted a screenshot of an internal VH1 message suggesting that producers were instructed to avoid showing Mendeecees discussing business ventures on camera. But the most damning part, Mena went full scorched earth. After clapping at Yandy in her IG live, she doubled down with a second post, this time accusing Mendeecees of trying to orchestrate a smear campaign against Yandy. The plot twist, she claims he offered to pay her to publicly drag Yandy just to build a new brand persona for himself as a misunderstood victim of betrayal. She said, "He wanted me to be the villain, while he looked like the wounded king, but I'm not a puppet." And while many rolled their eyes at Erica's dramatics, this time the streets believed her. The timestamps, the reposts, the overlap between her claims and Tasha K's so-called documents started forming a messy, chaotic mosaic that was too detailed to ignore. Fans were now digging up old clips, pointing out inconsistencies, and tweeting things like, "Yandy been too polished for too long. Something always felt off." And what's worse, some now believe the kids were used as props to soften Mendeecees' public image. One viral post read, "It's not family values, it's manipulation on a reality TV budget." Meanwhile, sources close to the situation claim Yandy has gone full damage control mode. Her team is allegedly prepping a brand new docuseries pitch, called Unbreakable, Yandy's Redemption. As if a camera crew and a candlelight confession will make the feds forget their file folders, public sentiment is turning fast. And even VH1 is allegedly reconsidering airing the next episodes of Love and Hip Hop that feature the couple. A leaked email from an alleged network staffer said, "We're in PR nightmare territory. We can't afford another Rikers Island situation on air." And just when everyone thought the chaos had peaked, another alleged voice memo surfaced, this time with Mendeecees supposedly saying, "If Yandy flips, I'm done." The implication, she might be cooperating, or at least preparing to. Either way, it's clear this isn't over. Not even close. Not even close. What's truly wild is how fast this entire empire of image, influence, and fake inspiration is crumbling like a dry biscuit with no tea. Within hours of the arrest rumors breaking, social media erupted into a frenzy, dragging every old clip, every vague quote, and every curated family post under a forensic microscope. One user tweeted, "Now we know why every other episode had him giving advice to troubled youth. It was the perfect cover." Another account claimed their cousin's boyfriend once did security at an event hosted by Yandy and allegedly overheard conversations about cleaning up the paperwork before auditors show up. Allegedly, one of those events was a back drive that doubled as a money dump for untraceable donations. And guess what? A shady business tied to that very event is now trending on financial watchdog forums, where amateur sleuths are going full CSI over invoices, vendor lists, and irregular PayPal entries. Meanwhile, Mena hasn't stopped throwing gas on the fire. Just when things started to settle, she dropped a cryptic story showing herself sipping wine next to a binder labeled receipts. Fans are now speculating that she's sitting on even more dirt, possibly including screenshots, financial docs, and maybe even private messages from Mendeecees himself. And the real plot twist? There's a new theory circulating that Mendeecees and Erica were in contact long after their supposed feud ended, possibly working on something behind the scenes that could expose even more than what's already out. Some believe this whole mess has layers nobody saw coming. A few conspiracy-loving fans even think this entire takedown might be part of a bigger plan orchestrated by Mendeecees himself. playing both sides of the fence to somehow come out looking like the victim and the mastermind at the same time. But that delusion didn't last long, because right after Erica's cryptic wine post, Tasha K went live again with what she called the hard drive from hell. She claimed it was given to her by a former intern from a law firm who allegedly worked on Mendeecees' case and was tired of watching the lies stack up. The files supposedly included screenshots of wire transfers made under fake company names, a client list of alleged ghost sponsors, and even photos from so-called charity events that look more like luxury networking parties for people moving silent money. But what truly shook everyone was the mention of a major entertainment agency allegedly involved in all of this. According to the files, this agency may have helped launder money by using influencers to promote fake branding deals, then cycling that money through shell businesses controlled by, you guessed it, the same initials found on offshore accounts. Fans immediately started making wild connections online, linking Mendeecees to random influencers, old love and hip-hop cast members, and even a Dubai-based consultant who reportedly vanished from Instagram just last week. Tasha K, never one to shy away from theatrics, even hinted that there are sealed indictments coming not just for Mendeecees, but for others who knew too much and stayed too quiet. And that's where things got even more suspicious, because shortly after her stream ended, Yandy posted a black and white photo of a chessboard with the caption, "Sometimes pawns don't know they're being sacrificed." Fans lost it. Within minutes, the comments section became a war. Team Yandy praised her for standing tall and hinted that she's being framed, while Team Erica clapped back, saying the only pawn in this game is the truth. Meanwhile, Mendeecees' social media accounts have gone dark. No new posts, no stories, no comments, just silence. One fan joked, "He's either in jail or in a bunker with no Wi-Fi." But the silence isn't helping. In fact, it's making people believe the worst, especially after an alleged front desk employee posted to Reddit claiming he saw Mendeecees being escorted out of a hotel in handcuffs by plainclothed agents. According to the post, Yandy was there, visibly shaken, talking on her phone and pleading for discretion. The thread quickly went viral, and now even the Reddit mods can't keep up with the reposts and breakdowns. People are analyzing every detail like it's a missing persons case. And here's where it gets even murkier. A new report just surfaced claiming VH1 is in crisis mode. 3 upcoming episodes of Love and Hip Hop have been pulled, and there's internal talk about removing both Mendeecees and Yandy from future seasons altogether. One anonymous exec allegedly said, "We can't afford another headline scandal. This isn't just drama. It's liability." Fans are torn. Some are begging for the footage to air anyway, claiming they deserve to see how deep the lies went. Others are calling for the entire franchise to be shut down until a full investigation is done. But nobody was ready for what happened next. An alleged voice memo leaked this time from someone claiming to be close to Yandy's legal team. In the recording, a woman can be heard saying, "We need to separate her image immediately. She needs to be seen as a mother and a victim, not a partner in crime." The implication, Yandy is prepping her escape plan, and it might involve cutting all ties to Mendeecees. If that's true, the ride or die narrative she's pushed for years might be dead in the water. And fans are noticing the subtle shift. Gone are the posts about power couples and overcoming adversity. In their place, vague affirmations, solo yoga pics, and captions about peace, strength, and silence. Some say it's spiritual, others say it's strategic. Either way, the timing is too perfect to ignore. Even more suspicious is the sudden resurfacing of Tara Wallace, Peter Gunz's ex and former castmate, who was allegedly spotted leaving a late-night dinner with Yandy and an unnamed Bravo executive. The theory now is that Yandy is preparing to jump ship completely, maybe even launching a new reality project about rebuilding life after betrayal. Social media has already dubbed it Love and Lawsuits, and fans are lining up to see what happens next. Meanwhile, Mena is doubling down. She posted a reel of herself pacing a balcony, looking tearful while Toni Braxton's Unbreak My Heart played in the background. Dramatic, yes. Over the top, absolutely. But the numbers don't lie. Her video hit 1 million views in 12 hours, and the comments are filled with both support and suspicion. Some fans believe she's finally telling the truth. Others think she's seizing the moment for clout. But the damage is done. Allegedly, brands tied to Yandy's ventures have begun distancing themselves quietly. Sponsorship links are disappearing, influencer tags are vanishing, and whispers of frozen accounts are starting to swirl. All the while, Tasha K is dancing in the digital ruins, promising that the next wave of leaks will make this look like a warm-up act. She ended her last stream with the line, "If I go missing, check the group chat." Whether that was a joke or a warning, nobody's laughing now. And just when it seemed like the chaos had reached its boiling point, the mess decided to evolve into a full-blown inferno. According to a new anonymous source claiming to be a disgruntled intern from a PR agency tied to the love and hip-hop universe, Mendeecees didn't just fund a smear campaign against Yandy. He allegedly hired a team of digital trolls to spam her social media with negative comments to tarnish her brand image in real time. Yes, you heard that right. While she was posting inspirational quotes and yoga poses, his little digital army was working overtime to drown her in doubt and scandal. If this is true, then this isn't just a couple's fallout, it's sabotage on a whole other level. And now, insiders are whispering that Yandy is preparing to file a civil suit. Not only to protect her image but to expose the web of betrayal that stretches far beyond her marriage. A draft copy of an alleged legal complaint was seen floating around the internet, and although no one can confirm its authenticity, it included claims of defamation, fraud, emotional distress, and a mention of manipulated evidence. Meanwhile, fans who once praised the couple as a symbol of loyalty and redemption are now deleting old appreciation posts and doing digital damage control of their own. One viral tweet read, "I bought their marriage counseling book and now I feel like I need a refund and a therapist." Even Mendeecees' once loyal supporters are slowly backing away as screenshots continue to surface, showing questionable communications between him and multiple women over the last year. Allegedly, some of these exchanges took place while Yandy was publicly defending him, posting loving tributes, and doing interviews about their unshakable bond. It's giving betrayal. It's giving calculated coldness. It's giving reality TV villain origin story. And just when people thought Erica had finally said her last word, she came back swinging with a new podcast episode titled Receipts and Regrets, where she doubled down on her claims, hinted that she knew about illegal activity years ago, and alleged that she only stayed quiet because she feared retaliation from production companies tied to the franchise. She even claimed that certain scenes were reshot to make Yandy look like a hero and her the villain, stating, "They edited my pain into pettiness and her lies into loyalty." Whether true or not, fans are eating it up, creating timeline threads, reaction TikToks, and decoding every second of old episodes like they're part of an FBI task force. Meanwhile, Tasha K is now teasing a sit-down interview with someone she calls the whistleblower, a supposed former assistant of Mendeecees, who allegedly has access to burner phones, cache logs, and old security footage from private events. If that interview drops, the internet might actually implode. But the wildest part? It seems like Mendeecees himself may have one last card to play. An Instagram story from an account rumored to be run by his team showed a black screen with the text, "They only know half the truth. Watch what happens next." Cue the dramatic music, because that post alone sparked thousands of speculations. Some believe he's planning to expose people higher up in the reality TV food chain. Others think he's bluffing to buy time. A few even suggested that he may have hidden footage or legal leverage to negotiate a deal with the feds. And speaking of the feds, more details are now emerging about what's allegedly in the sealed indictments. According to one legal blogger, the list includes financial fraud, racketeering, obstruction of justice, and even something labeled as event laundering, which might be the most ridiculous yet believable thing to come out of this entire saga. Apparently, certain charity events hosted by the Smith-Harris family were flagged for suspicious financial activity, including massive unexplained vendor payments, last-minute venue changes, and donation reports that didn't match the attendee count. If even half of this is true, then the consequences could stretch well beyond love and hip-hop. This could trigger investigations into reality TV finances, influencer contracts, and non-profit loopholes. Already, several advocacy groups are calling for an audit of celebrity charity events and how they're regulated, or rather, how they're not. And now, whispers are starting about who else could be pulled into this mess. There's talk of other cast members being subpoenaed, former producers being questioned, and legal teams quietly advising clients to lay low and don't post anything dumb. It's chaos on every level. Meanwhile, Yandy is playing the quiet game, which in itself is loud. No statements. No interviews. Just strategic silence broken only by ambiguous captions and black and white filters. Some say it's grace. Others say it's guilt. And through it all, Erica keeps reminding the world, that she's the one who tried to warn us all years ago. She reposted an old clip from a reunion special where she accused Yandy of manipulating the narrative and captioned it, "Look who's telling the truth now." Whether that truth is hers, the public's, or just another layer in this disaster, lasagna of lies and drama. One thing is clear: no one is walking away from this clean. Not Mendeecees, not Yandy, not Erica, not even the network. As of now, rumors are swirling that advertisers are pulling out of upcoming love and hip-hop projects, and multiple spin-offs are being quietly shelved until further notice. And if Tasha K's hard drive of doom ends up in the hands of the right prosecutors, this may be the first time reality TV lands someone not in gossip blogs but behind actual bars. So now, all eyes are on the next move. Will Mendeecees make a public statement? Will Yandy finally break her silence with her own tell-all? Will Erica go full scorched earth and leak everything she's allegedly holding? Or will it all just disappear into the background noise of internet drama until the next celebrity scandal takes its place? The answer is unclear. But one thing is certain: this story isn't over. Not even close. In fact, it's only just beginning. Because scandals like this don't fade quietly. They explode, they unravel, and they leave behind a trail so messy, even the strongest PR team can't sweep it clean. Phew, if your jaw ain't on the floor by now, were you even paying attention? Because this isn't just another celebrity scandal, this is the demolition of an entire reality TV dynasty. We're talking lies, betrayal, federal investigations, burner phones, emotional manipulation, digital warfare, and receipts flying like confetti at a scandal parade. And trust, the tea isn't cooling down anytime soon. So, what do you think? Is Yandy really the innocent queen she portrays? Or has she been pulling the strings from the start? Is Mendeecees a misunderstood man just caught up in the Masor, the architect of it all? And is Erica Mena the villain? Or the truth teller no one wanted to hear? Drop your thoughts in the comments, no filter, no holding back. Let's unpack every piece of this drama together. And if you want to stay 10 steps ahead of the next viral bombshell, you already know what to do. Smash that like button like the feds smashing down doors. Hit subscribe like you're